That motherfucking Grok then went racist, went
Bruh.
rogue.
Just channeling his master. I guess. I don't know. Who created Grok? You know, and he trying to
But
quiet that boy, and Grok is loose. Grok is loose. That shit you sent earlier was crazy, man. Go ahead, man.
yeah, but was it wrong?
Well. There's a few different dynamics here. There's was it
Yeah.
wrong, and also where's that Kyrie Irving reaction?
Oh,
There you go.
yeah.
Where's that motherfucking we canceling him and taking his money? See, that's the shit right there that I'm like, these bastards are hypocrites. They just don't want black people to say shit.
I
There you
know
Ain't
it's
go.
no,
coming though.
I don't think shit coming because it ain't no media outcry. Now, if we lucky, one of these news channels will be like, yeah, on this unknown podcast, 3 PMD, one of the fat one made a good point. He said the fat maggots eating mayo eating supporter. He said that what happened to Grok? You know what I mean? Like, but
Yeah.
for real, Kyrie Irving didn't do shit, but
He didn't
but
say
but
nothing,
post
but
he posted a
post up.
link.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gronkowski is
Don't
like,
say that.
no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gronk is like, no. I'm saying, oh no, give a
Right.
fuck.
Right. And who's in charge of Grok? And nobody's going after, Elon or anything like that. Like you said,
No,
that was a good point. Like this Grok is his own person. Like, no, it's not. It's programmed,
it's
you know?
programmed.
And you let this dude get away with that, so be it. That's just how, like you said, the hypocrisy, man.
Let me just
Everybody
say
been
this.
screaming that, man.
But
You
wait a
If
minute,
can't.
hold on.
What's up?
The point I was getting at was that Grok gets most of his information off the internet. Just
Yes,
from like
feeds.
everything that's off
Hmm.
the internet, and it's gotten to the point where it hates those demographic of people too. it sees everything, calculated, and was like, you know what? Yeah, fuck them motherfuckers.
who the internet?
No, that's what
Nah,
Grok is
nah, Grok
calculating.
was
He
just like,
said,
yo, Hitler was right.
"Fuck."
Like,
You know
what
what I
the
think?
fuck?
You know what I honestly believe. That's hilarious, by the way. You know what I honestly believe? I believe that this shit that happened with Palestine, that's been
Mhm.
happening with Palestine, all the shit that came out about the starvation plus diets, but specifically how they just leveled that shit. I believe
Yeah,
that that took the whole veil down. That whole lie that motherfuckers, like, a lot of people was like, all right, this is some bullshit. But now people got to see it for themselves. And we also got to watch politicians sit up there and try and lie about the shit in real
Yeah.
time. Like, we aren't seeing, like they said that, you know, they found a list of like a terrorist hit list or something like that. And motherfuckers was like, that's nothing but a calendar. People was
yeah,
translating it all over the. It's a calendar. They found out a bunch of that shit. They said, that happened on that day was
Hmm.
untrue and just used to level that shit. Then it came out what was happening on the Gaza Strip where you had motherfuckers going up into people's houses that they liked, kicking them out and taking over their homes. And I think that now, because we witnessed babies, we witnessed people just get slaughtered, they livelihoods taken away. I think that people like, man, fuck this. I'm saying what I want. If y'all can kill who y'all want, then I'm saying what I want.
Yeah, that goes to an old man's point about Grok just scrubbing the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Really scrubbing the internet. Like Grok got time. That's
God
all.
got
That's all.
time
That's
and
all he
money.
does. And it's like, with all my knowledge and processing power, this is my conclusion, which is crazy when you put it there. I never even like thought about like, dude, this is all he's doing is scrubbing the internet all day, every day, 24/7. And this is his conclusion about a certain demographic. And it's like, damn, bro, you going in. It's a little dark, but we in some dark times, man. Like,
Now,
yeah.
in defense, you got to be fair because, and I'm just speaking on the Palestine incident. There were people of that community that heavily Not just a few, they were against that shit.
Hmm.
Mhm.
You know, you saw it over there in Israel. People were against that shit. Now, unfortunately, you know, they were getting attacked when they spoke out against it. But yeah, people was against that shit. So I just think yeah, me in the show.
Eh,
Um, I just think that whole shit of, you know, we can tell this and they gotta believe it because no, who gonna see it?
mhm.
Now,
But see, that,
motherfuckers, go ahead.
oh no, please finish.
No, you got to cut it. Go ahead, man.
No, I was saying that I mean, we just saw how censorship played a huge role in everything, especially when it
Right.
came to TikTok. Like they shut down an entire application in America
Yes.
just so they can silence what the fuck was going on in Palestine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's still, they shut it down for a little bit. Now it's just completely filtered,
Yeah.
and it's bananas, and everybody can see it for themselves. Is that look at the race in New York, where they
Yeah.
had all those people on stage. They had all the candidates on stage, and they were like, "Well, if you become mayor of New York, where's the first place you're going to visit?" 3 out of the 4 said the first place I'm going to visit is Israel,
Right.
and the Muslim dude was like, "I got to stay in New York. We got to take care of Americans."
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
And y-
Yeah.
like
yeah,
like it's so obvious that they are bought and paid for by APAC.
mhm,
It is just it is unbelievable. Like they might have man, look, I gotta pull back a little bit on what I'm gonna say, but like it is not a fucking secret anymore. Like come on, man. They they tried to convince people that rich kids, rich Jewish children were being attacked left and right over here at these colleges when it was motherfuckers protesting. And
Mm.
then they completely changed the laws. Completely
yeah,
changed the laws on how you protest. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that these kids probably didn't hear some shit or weren't hearing some shit,
But it's
but
college. It's
it's
college.
fucking college. This is where you're supposed to express your ideas. You know what I'm saying? Scientifically, politically, medically. This is where you're supposed to express all that shit. You
Hmm.
experiment, you study. This is where you start developing who you are who you are, you develop your personality, but we grow and develop, and college is this is where your core values are kind of solidified. And they was like, yeah, no, y'all motherfuckers, no. Y'all can't because y'all was violent. And they're like, where the fuck are they violent at? Like, they got to,
We
again, like we
it's
couldn't look at the
you got
video
the yeah,
footage.
you got the media, that's just spitting this bullshit, just like
Hmm.
the Afrikaners.
Yeah.
They
yeah,
prosecuted. Like who? Like, I mean, I thought that was a group or something. Y'all motherfuckers about, yeah, they bringing the Afrikaners over. I'm like, oh shit, hell. You're like, hold on, these the white folks,
Yeah.
and then y'all tying that shit to fucking genocide. Like, come on,
yeah,
man. Like, please
Yeah.
stop,
And it's
stop
yeah.
playing, stop playing in everybody's face.
and,
Stop.
They
and,
have,
and and it's a big game because they act like, man, look, man, you could watch movies like Invictus with Morgan Freeman if you didn't grow up when we did. We were actually able to see Nelson Mandela on TV
Mhm.
and know the story of Nelson and Winnie Mandela and the shit that was going on. Watch movies like Catch a Fire. Watch movies like Invictus, man. On black college campuses in the United States, man, on black college campuses, you had American black students fighting against apartheid. This was all over. This was in our sitcoms. It's a different world. They were fighting against that shit, man. They were talking about Sierra Leone in the illegal diamond mining and shit. Man, we were learning about that shit. So it's amazing that you fast forward and some people say, man, we taking our destiny into our own hands. We taking our land back. And now it's a fucking genocide, and this shit ain't no. They just get the fuck off our land.
Yeah.
mhm.
All
You
right,
know?
fellas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we came to a point where in America, a place like college where intellectuals are supposed to gather
Yes.
and debate philosophy
Yes.
is being fucking ridiculed
Why do you think
and censored.
yeah, we start seeing our favorite comedians say they're not doing colleges no more.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
years ago, they was like, we can't touch that shit. No,
Right.
never again. Can't go back. You know.
Well,
Can't go
Well,
back.
you know what the other thing is, man? Like, you have these groups, man. A guy is supposed to go to a college, but if certain people don't agree with it, then they'll cancel the date. Like, what the fuck is this, man?
Yeah.
Because a few people are upset.
Yeah.
Get the
Yeah.
fuck out. Those feminists do that shit a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You guys want to bring this up? Guess what? You're losing federal funding.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
And I think what Harvard refused that shit.
Yeah, and they
You know,
getting
a lot of these
they getting-
colleges have endowments, and they
Yep.
don't need the money.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Some
Besides,
don't,
most
but
of these places make their money on football anyway.
now that the NILs and
Oh, for
in
Negro
effect
backs.
so much.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's jump in the mix, man.
When all those fails, get those Negroes out there on the field.
Pennies on the dollar.
Pennies on a dollar.
Pennies on the dollar.
We lost how much?
We gotta
yeah,
pay them now.
Right.
we're gonna add
Now.
three more. We're gonna add 3 more season games.